Conan the Barbarian, a character created by RobertEHoward, is a figure that has captivated audiences since his inception in the early 20th century. With a rich history that spans books, comics, films, and video games, Conan's lore is as expansive as it is thrilling. This script delves into the origins of Conan the Barbarian, the intricate details of his world, and the various media that have expanded upon his legend, including several popular video games. Origins of Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian first appeared in the Pulp magazine Weird Tales in December 1932. The character was the brainchild of American author RobertEHoward, who envisioned a rugged, strong-willed warrior hailing from the fictional prehistoric land of Cimmeria. Conan was a response to the growing interest in sword and sorcery tales, blending elements of dark fantasy, adventure, and historical fiction.
If you wish to see more lore about my adventures, you are better hit that subscribe button.
Howard's Conan stories are set in the Hyborian Age, a fictional prehistoric era following the destruction of Atlantis and before the rise of any known ancient civilizations. A mix of magic, mythical beasts, on a rugged, untamed world, Conan's strength, wit, and determination are constantly tested. The first story, The Phoenix on the Sword, introduced readers to Conan the warrior and king. Howard's stories shows Conan's intelligence and resourcefulness, traits much beyond his brute strength.
Did you hit that subscribe? Good. Now smash that freaking...
The Hyborian Age and Conan's world. The Hyborian Age is the fictional setting for most of Conan's adventures, a time of immense myth and legend. Howard meticulously crafted this world, drawing inspiration from various ancient cultures and mythologies to create a diverse and vibrant backdrop. From the frozen tundras of Cimmeria to the lush jungles of Kush and the decadent cities of Zamora, Conan's world is rich with intrigue, danger, and dark sorcery. Conan's stories are often marked by their gritty realism and exploration of themes like survival, ambition, and the corrupting nature of power. Despite the fantastical elements, Howard's writing grounded Conan's adventures in a harsh reality, reflecting his belief that civilization was inherently fragile and prone to decay. Expanding the Conan universe. After Howard's death in 1936, Conan's tales were continued by other writers and were later adapted into comic books, most notably by Marvel Comics in the 1970s. Marvel's Conan the Barbarian comic series introduced the character to a new generation and expanded on Howard's original stories, adding new characters, plots, and settings. The comics were known for their vivid artwork and mature storytelling, often exploring darker themes and more complex narratives. Conan also made the leap to the big screen in 1982 with the film Conan the Barbarian, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Directed by John Milius, the film became a cult classic and introduced the character to a global audience. A sequel, Conan the Destroyer, followed in 1984, along with various animated series, novels, and graphic novels that continued to expand Conan's mythos. Conan in video games. The world of Conan the Barbarian has been brought to life in various video games over the years, allowing players to step into the shoes of the legendary warrior and explore the Hyborian Age in a more interactive format. Some notable games include Conan, The Mysteries of Time, Conan, 2007, Age of Conan, Hyborian Adventures, 2008, Conan Exiles, 2018, Conan, The Mysteries of Time, 1991, an early video game adaptation released for the NES. It was an action-adventure game that loosely followed the Conan lore, allowing players to control Conan as he battled various enemies and solved puzzles. Conan 2007, a hack-and-slash game for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 that featured Conan in a quest to reclaim his armor from a powerful sorceress. The game was noted for its brutal combat system and faithful adaptation of the Conan character. Age of Conan, Hyborian Adventures, 2008. This MMORPG allowed players to create their own characters and explore the Hyborian Age. It was praised for its detailed world-building, complex combat system, and rich narrative that drew heavily from Howard's original stories. Conan Exiles, 2018. Perhaps the most successful and expansive of the Conan games, Conan Exiles is a survival game set in the brutal, unforgiving Exiled Lands. Players start with nothing and must gather resources, craft tools, build shelters, and survive the harsh environment and dangerous creatures. The game features a large, open-world map and deep lore that ties directly into the Conan universe, allowing players to encounter iconic locations and characters from the series. Conan the Barbarian has evolved from a character in a pulp magazine to a cultural icon with a rich and diverse lore that spans nearly a century. From RobertEHoward's original stories to modern video games like Conan Exiles, Conan's adventures have been told and retold, each time adding new layers to his complex world. Conan the Barbarian continues to endure as a symbol of strength, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of humanity.